You can still get your life back. Get your life back. It's real. Get your life back. Get your life back.
Hey, this is Cheryl Howard here. I'm so glad that you are tuning in. I have a question. Who needs help with productivity? Productivity, however you pronounce it. Meaning helping you stay on point. You need that accountability to help you complete some tasks and goals. You got some big projects you're working on. You got dreams, all kinds of things, visions, things that you want to materialize or it's materializing, but you really need that support to help you kind of stay focused, help you have some organization and be productive. And you need a boost, you need accountability, and you need simply a push. Because I'm creating a webinar series. Well, it's actually just a webinar, but of course it'll be broken up into a series where I'm helping you, and I want to do it as a group webinar, either pre-recorded or live. Let me know which one you prefer. If you will want to participate in a live webinar, and of course the replays will be available after that in the package. But however, to help you with productivity and helping you, giving you some tools to help you stay productive and give you that boost that you need. You understand? We all need that. I have my own support system. I have groups. I have individuals. I have my own coaches that work with me or that I follow that helps me to stay motivated towards my own goals. We all need that. And you can apply it to anything. So I was going to say, even when it comes to helping your children in this whole new season, and on our side of the world, children are starting school, going back to school. And because a lot of children are being homeschooled due to the pandemic, you need to create a system within the home now. So that's a challenge for you. It's like, okay, I need to create some kind of structure and system for not only you parents to adjust to, but for the children to adjust to. So that way they're not all over the place, right? Okay, I paused so now I can take this off. So they're not all over the place, and you're not all over the place, because it's very stressful when you don't have a system or a structure. And so now you are the teacher, and you have to find creative ways to motivate the children, right? And part of that you would do just like a teacher, like a classroom. You know how the classroom is decorated. Everything in the classroom is there to encourage learning, education, all of that, development in so many different areas. And so, you know, with the things on the wall, from drawings, from what else they got. I'm trying to remember what classrooms look like, you know, but just a lot of arts and craft, educational things. And that way, so every time the child comes in, they're getting in a mind frame that says we are here to learn. And so that's what you're going to be doing at home. So if you have to designate, and I would tell you to designate a space, an area for that child or your children to know that this area is where I come to learn, where I come to study. You are preparing them for life. You're preparing them for life, teaching them how to organize their own thoughts, their mind, what they need to do, be productive, right? And also it helps you to have the house organized in order, so things are not all over the place. And then you can also designate a play area. Schools may have a separate room, or classrooms, they have a play area. Or you know how sometimes you you kind of, I think, what's the word I'm looking for? You kind of convert, that's another word, that space into something else, you know, moving the tables and chairs, whatever you have to do. I know everybody has a different amount of space, but the goal is just to create a way for the children to feel motivated to learn and to study, because they're not at school anymore. Things are different. Everybody's adjusting to new things. I don't like to say the new norm, but I know, but that's what people are saying. But it's kind of like a new norm for now. And everybody's adjusting to newness. But, you know, you have to model it first. So, you know, parents, we have to get it together first. We have to model, first of all, how to adjust without getting overly stressed out. So you definitely have to practice self-care to keep it together. And then, because children watch us, they pick up our energy, and you want them to see that you're able to adjust, transition with grace as much as possible. And even if you have to talk it out, empathy is big. Letting your children know that, look, hey, this is rough, it's challenging, it's different, it's new, but we're going to make it work. And, you know, you're letting them know that you also feel the frustrations of how things are different, but at the same time, you're going to make it work. So you're going to do what you need to do, and we're going to work together as a team. So when those children, I don't care if the smallest child is 1 or 2 years old, you can teach that child. They can walk and move around. Everybody can chip in with, and that's another good thing to do. Everybody can chip in with fixing up things in the home to make it look like a classroom. So, you know, parents, we got to be creative. We are creative. But I want you to think, if you got to think like, you have to think like a teacher, actually. Most of you do, who have little ones. My daughter's grown now. She's 26 years old. But I did all that anyway for the pandemic. So I understand having that setting, because before she went to school, I did a lot of work with her. And that's why when she started preschool and regular day school, she was already ahead of the game. She knew how to, I think she was 1 going on 2. She knew how to count to 100. She knew everything, alphabets, colors. She was very good at speaking. She was really ahead of the game, and the teacher even noticed that, and they actually put her in an advanced class down the line because she would finish her work really fast. But what I would do is put up, one thing I was intentional, each of the rooms I had words on the wall. So I wanted her to learn new words. It was important to me that she had good vocabulary. I was a good speller. I was a good reader when I was younger, so I didn't have, you know, problem when it came to reading. Only problem I had was reading comprehension, but that wasn't reading comprehension with regular reading. That was with math problems. Oh my gosh, when you get into higher grades, and by the time I finished reading, well, how many miles is going to take for Sally to get from here, and then she got to transfer here and then take this, and then by the time I finished reading the whole thing, I'm like, I got to read it all over again. But anyway, back to the topic. I did it with her. I had words in every room. So in the bathroom, I had sometimes words associated with whatever space she was in, bathroom, living room, kitchen. And sometimes I would just have big words and then help her to break it down in syllables. So that's just one of the things I did. And of course, very creative with buying things out of education. I even had the placemats on the table, you know, that had colors and letters and numbers. Oh my God, I really missed it. I enjoyed parenting. I was excited about it. I'm just getting the memories now. So I'm like, oh wow, reminiscing. I gotta go to the store too. I just remembered. What else? I'm trying to see if I can give you some ideas to help you with structuring the home. For your children, for homeschooling. Some of you may stay home, continue to homeschool, even if the schools do open up where you live. But in the meantime, your house will be prepared to do the long term or do the short term. I would have, her bedroom. And a lot of you seen this in the store. And when Toys R Us was open, which was always like a treat and a trip, but we did go there pretty often to Toys R Us. They had everything in there. You know, I was a kid in Toys R Us. You know how to say that. I don't want to grow up. I don't even remember the rest of the words. Toys R Us kid. Anyway, I had the mat on her floor, like a little area carpet. And it was those letters that you it was made out of, I don't want to say foam, but it was like rubbery. You can either get alphabets, you get different colors. You kind of put them together like a puzzle. That was her mat by her day bed, by her crib that converted to a day bed, and then eventually got her a little bed. But everything was kind of about education, but fun and creative, so it didn't feel like it was intrusive. Like, oh, here come mommy with this reading and this stuff again. It was like very natural, very organic, just seeing something every day. But like I said, it wasn't intrusive. And so she was receptive of all of that till she wanted that herself. And I remember she was so encouraged and motivated to learn. The trips to the library was very fun for us. So, you know, libraries, I'm sure a lot of them probably open up now. I'm thinking, I gotta check the libraries around here. But taking trips to the library and getting like books, she would take out 12. I think the maximum was like 12 or 13 books at one time. And we read them for the week. She'll read them. And so that kept her busy, and she liked doing that. And of course, the library has a computer and everything. Like I said, I don't really know what's going on with the libraries now when it comes to that. However, just because you're going to be doing a lot of stuff with your children at home, you're going to be doing your own field trips. There's really a lot, and I know it can be overwhelming. This is why I'm saying I want to help you with setting up systems and some kind of way to structure your household and your day so you can stay productive, because you also have to fit in your own self-care. just other things you have to do around the house. It's not just about the children. So finding that balance, mommy time, maybe wife time, self time, taking care of the household responsibilities. There's a lot they're going to play. And now you have to fit in field trips, things that are educational and recreational and leisure and all of that, so the child can have social interaction in some kind of way. They can learn about culture and everything else. And so fitting that, so you're actually planning. And of course, I hope you guys know that you need a calendar, so you can calendar everything in and see how often are we going to take these trips. Are we going to do a field trip once a month? How much money you need? So there's the budgeting, so sometimes you don't think about all of this until you start, and then you realize, wow. So if you can kind of think this ahead of time, but not overwhelm yourself, just know that these are things you're going to have to address. Start writing out, okay, we need a budget for this, field trips, things you have to buy for school, tools and all of that, the crayons and pencils and all that kind of stuff, right? Books. And anything that you need in your house, really, for school. Supplies. I was trying to think of that one word, supplies. All of that. And then, of course, you're going to plan your days. Like, what is the lesson plan? What are we going to focus on this week? So I know that's new, right? For a lot of parents. Like, I don't do this stuff unless you're a teacher or you do it already for your business or something else, or at work. Then it may come a little easier to you because it's something that you already do in a sense, but you're translating it over to homeschooling, especially if you are the primary teacher as a parent. So parent, teacher, teacher, parent in the home. So think about all of that, ways that you can calendar all of that. And putting up boards in the house as reminders. And if your children are old enough to read, they can also see a chart, a calendar. Okay, this is what we're doing on Mondays, or this is what we do, whatever. But yeah, just try to I'm just trying to help you to think of ways to make it easier for you and productive for you. With children going back to school. So I thought it was something important to talk about. I'm going to come back again and talk about my early start productivity toolkit. It's like a revival toolkit. It's the push, it's the boost that you need to help you, like I said, learn how to stay focused, learn how to manage things, learn how to feel motivated, how to motivate yourself, and just creating these little systems and, like I said, some kind of structure is motivating, because first of all, you're less stressed because you have something in place. You have a direction. It's kind of like a navigational system, right? And that's a support. It helps you, not out there by yourself. You actually have things in place that give you guidance and help you, and also to remind you of what you want to do and how you want to do it and all that good stuff. But anyway, I hope that helps some of you parents with the homeschooling, just a little pep talk to kind of think about, because I know I do parent coaching as well, and I'm working with parents now where I'm helping them to create, or I'm coaching them through things that they can do to make their house or their home or their apartment or studio, whatever, become a motivational for the children and for the parents, and then the parents felt, for them, it's like, it's kind of fun. They get out, go out to buy things. We even talked about having, those boards. A lot of times the children use them for science projects, how you can take it and create like a desk space, like a cubicle type of situation where that child may feel like, okay, this is my area, this is my cubicle, this is my desk. So it depends on how much space you have. But look, that's an easy thing, because they can also decorate it and put things up on the board, and and it also gives them a sense of their privacy. And so you got to understand, when you helping a child develop in different areas, even that is very helpful, because it's preparing them for the future, for work, for everything. So it's not just school. I'm always a forward thinker, so I'm thinking about down the line how this is going to prepare that child down the line. They're already going to be used to having a way to work, or I'm losing the word, but you know how to call it, work efforts. But not only that, knowing how to be organized, already respecting boundaries and having privacy. And I mean, it's so many things. So I like to think forward and how this is going to help my child. That's what I did my daughter, how this is going to help in the long term. You know, that's how we have to think as parents, because we are preparing them for the real world, and in every setting that they may be in. People will see, okay, you got some home structure. Somebody taught you something. And people see that. But anyway, I hope this was very helpful. I look forward to coming back and talking about the webinar that I want to do. Put in the comments section if you would like to participate in the Early Start something. I'm going to name it something like that. Early Start Revival Productivity Toolkit or something like that, right? And yes, it's spiritual based as well, because I am a Christian counselor. I'm a certified life purpose coach, and always got to have some inspirational words, scriptures to kind of help. That look, that's another tool, because we need that. We need God's help. We need strength, everything, you know. So anyway, thanks so much for tuning in. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.